I'm back.
Like I never I feel like, okay, as a petty girl, okay, we have clapbacks ready to go.
You you go high. Say you go low. Become lower.
I feel like, yeah, it's just part of being. I know my place.
And
now.
can you imagine, Anita? We weren't born with clapbacks. We learned how to clap back. And in fact, the initial times we actually didn't know how to.
Hey guys, I was 7 months pregnant fighting outside Kisii law courts.
Do they have video? Do they have it on tape? Crickets.
So guys,
if you have the clip,
I'm that share with us.
Change is not a one day.
Change
it's not
is not a one day
it's
thing.
One
but if there's one lesson I wish all women knew is just choose you and run with it. Choose yourself, choose your comfort, choose your mental state, choose your just you see that thing you want for yourself. That woman, when you look, you think, oh, this is the woman I want to be. That woman, choose her every day. And if it means being petty,
be petty. And that applies to.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Rare View podcast. I am your host Rachel Anita, kama kawaida, na kuna msichana amekataa amesema aniachi kwa hii podcast. Tuko pamoja kila pahali in the area kama bacteria. My dear beautiful Vanessa Saronge.
Hi guys. I'm back.
Like I never
oh
guys. Wow, Saronge. So it's always a pleasure to have you here, there. Anyway, she's really let me tell you, the reason I have this podcast, 95%, I'm not doing it on my own will. You force me to come here.
We
and
collaborate. What she means is that I encourage her.
Girl. Anyway, so today we are talking about healed but still petty.
Yeah. Hot topic, that one.
Hot on the petty. Hot on the petty because some of these things, yes, we've let it go.
Yeah.
But do we
forget?
Really? Do we forget?
Forgetting is a big deal, by the way.
Because I feel like healing does not mean I forgot what you did.
And if I forget, see, I'll fall in the traps again.
And you know, that's the thing. When you forget, those people remind you.
Yeah.
Why?
Precisely. And I don't know, it's so funny how people expect you to, like, they expect to do something bad to you. And then they're like, but I said I'm sorry. Yes, you did. And yes, I accepted your apology. But please understand that new boundaries are now in place. Like,
and you have to respect them.
Yeah. Like, I can't behave normally to abnormal circumstances.
And I feel like it's okay to remember. Because sometimes, like I've said, when you forget, that moment you forget, it is not that people will remind you why you were there. And for some of these things, I feel like, yes, we will come back together. Of course, we're human beings. We'll always find a way back to each other. But there's a movie I watched. I don't remember the name.
Yeah.
The girl was talking about how, you see, like glass plate. When it breaks, sometimes you can be able to
put it back together
and maybe work things out. But there are some things like a fine thin glass, when it shatters,
there's no bringing it back, and you can clearly see those cracks here.
And we're done.
And like I'm all on board for forgiveness and work on yourself and all that. But I feel like forgetting. Well, that's why I draw the line. I'm like, it's important for you to remember sometimes so that you're able to set boundaries, keep those boundaries in place. And also now interact with people in a different way. You can't be acting the same and then expecting different results.
That's madness. Yeah. Actually, that is the definition.
Even
doing the same thing and expecting different results. It can't. Now, when you are being petty, is it that it's always toxic? I feel like being petty is not always toxic.
Yeah, depending on how we're going to define petty. Okay, I feel like, first of all, I wouldn't define myself as a toxic person, but I know I'm petty.
Okay, I feel like it depends with who you're asking.
I am petty though.
You can say I am not toxic if I do say so myself, but
I mean, ask around.
And find out.
Like I'm not toxic, don't say that. But I honestly feel like I I am petty in my own ways, my own little ways. And by the way, I know you guys think I'm talking to you, but I didn't forget. Because no, but honestly, it is a good thing to be forgiving, and I'm all for forgiveness. As I've said, I am so open to forgiving people, and now giving people a second chance. Every time I give people a second chance,
Kwanza, you give someone second, third, fourth, even you've forgotten how many chances you've given this person, and they still do the same thing. And I'm like, please, let me love you from
a distance. Exactly. Like, I need to draw a line. I need to put boundaries between us, so that I can also love you the way I want to love you. As a Christian, I want to love you, but I have to love you when you're far away, because when you're in my face,
I feel like, okay,
I want to punch
personally,
you.
I'm those kind of people who I think I can give you chances, but it is to the point where I consider you dead.
Yeah.
So, and we don't talk ill of the dead. We just don't.
Yeah, we shouldn't actually.
The dead in some way. So you're dead to me, and that's it. I feel like that's a.
I like that. I
don't want to explain that.
I start killing you guys in my mind.
And you cannot expect, like, some people, mtu amekughost for a really long time. Then when they text you, they expect you to.
And most of the time, after, like, people who ghost you, by the way, first of all, they're not legitimately, like, your friends most of the time. Of course, there's adulting, and then there's people who get busy. Yeah. But then there's ghosters. They ghost, and then when they come back, they actually come back with needs. And I'm like, the audacity. The sheer audacity.
God,
what do you think this is?
God,
your emotional ATM.
Also,
and I'm not even angry at the ones who come back for finances. Those ones are a different lot. These ones who come back to treat me like the shoulder to cry on.
Yeah, Because after, that you always have that one friend, you've warned them against this person. You've told them, do not go to this person. Then she goes back to this person.
Ghosts you. After they've had pillow talk together and said, but then now Anita is the one, and it is the one who told me to cut you off and to delete your number. And then you come back here. Anyway, guys, let's not use our friends badly. It's what makes us say we are healed, but we're petty. Because some of these things, by the way, we go too far. We stretch the boundaries even of friendship and of relationship too far. I'm only human.
It reminded me of this TikTok trend going on, I think, like 2 weeks ago. I think it's still on. Useless things I got
from
my child.
Alafu mnatuplasteria.
As a parent, I wouldn't do that to my kid. I wouldn't put that on.
Outside. Yeah.
But as a woman, babe, I'm gonna hang you out there. I will be. Like, what was that?
But I feel like, of course, the challenge now like went on, and then now even people were just like joyriding on it, like trend whatever, trend jacking. But I think the first woman who actually did the trend, the limits, yani pali umemfikisha,
amechoka,
akasema, you know what, enough is enough. I truly got my child some useless things in the world. But out of all, there's useless toys. There's those toys you also look at, you're like, why did I buy this?
Yeah.
But then now you're thinking of all the useless things we have here. Yeah. You know who? That's the most useless one. But I don't know.
Okay, sorry. I feel like, okay, as a petty girl, okay, we have clapbacks ready to go.
You go, say, you go low, become lower.
I feel like, it's just part of being. I know my place.
And
now.
Can you imagine, Anita? We weren't born with clapbacks. We learned how to clap back. And in fact, the initial times we actually didn't know how to. But right now, this new and revised edition, I would try. Because it became like it's almost like a defense mechanism. Because honestly, yes, I'm healed from whatever you did, and I'm no longer dwelling on it. In fact, I think about it now, and it probably doesn't hurt me. I'm just not willing to go through it again. And I know by keeping you around, I'm waiting for you to come and say, I'm not going to do this time.
You're like just waiting for the person to.
Yeah, like I feel like there's people who are always coming back to try and just see
to see where
did this girl even grow up.
That one ex. There's always that one ex.
Imagine
every 3 years they try to check.
But I stopped.
Girl,
I'm joking. I'm jokes.
Girl.
I meant to say I do have that one ex who always comes back to check if I'm still stupid.
Always, every 3 years, they're like,
and they wait for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's like the devil gives them a sign of when you're going through something.
Yes.
So they always pop up at the right time. And you're like, hey, bruv. No.
Do you feel like petty prayers are prayers too?
Okay, now this one, maybe let me just tap into the more religious version of Vanessa.
Mm-hmm.
The really deep Christian me feels like all prayers are valid. And I genuinely feel like if I can't tell God, then who can I tell? How can I? So best believe, if you did anything crazy, you know how we say, I told my friends, I told my mom, I told God.
I told my father.
Me, by the way.
And when he fights for you.
and let me tell you, when I start going to God, and sure I don't put your name in it. Because why am I telling God?
When these knees hit the floor.
Yeah, like a bet. And I feel like petty prayers are prayers too. All prayers are prayers. Because I feel like if I can't take it to God, then I can't take it to anybody.
To anyone else. Anyone else can.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And for me, honestly, one of the biggest pillars of strength I have is God. So don't play around. Mi nitakushtaki. Na by the way nafanyanga updates every day. Na waseti vibaya sana.
Alinifanyia hivi.
And I didn't appreciate
it. I'm your child.
And God, you know what? She didn't have to say anything. I just didn't appreciate the stare she gave me.
Oh God. Oh God.
That really hurt me.
You're pretty surely.
That really hurt me because she knows exactly what she did. She hasn't apologized yet. But she's out here on lunch with me, but she's still looking at me funny. I don't appreciate that. So, you know it.
Okay, for me.
No, but like, that's on the more extensive side. But
for me, I usually ask God, please,
Yeah.
If I fight, if I take this one on my own,
we go.
God, I will not represent you well. Out here, I'm representing you. So God, my father.
I'm heaven's ambassador.
I've already bragged about
you.
So you can't let me down.
Eh? What will they say about you?
What will they say? Imagine.
Sometimes it's not even about me anymore.
Imagine you. Have you ever told God, no, imagine you are me.
And I already told everyone, do you know my God?
Do you know my God?
Even if you try. Exactly. No, I already went to war with your name. You know, it's like, I'm just reminded, side note, of how... I'm reminded of how when David was going to fight Goliath, he actually went in the name of God. Yeah, and please note that at his God will come. We discussed the previous night, and God told him, I'm going to stand by you. Yeah, he just had faith.
And he did.
So it's the same faith I can go into war with you.
I'm
like, you do know my God.
Do you know my father?
Exactly.
Please don't make us pray about you, please.
For sure. It sounds petty, but it's real.
Yes. You are allowed to outgrow the person. Who you were when you were clapping back. Like, you're allowed to outgrow.
Yeah.
I feel like, sometimes you say really petty things and stupid things, and and then we act like we're not those people 5 minutes later.
You know what? Because I'm such a pro. And I feel
5 minutes later.
But guys, I'm taking it back. Like, that wasn't me. That was made by elements that I don't like. I'm sorry I let the circumstance speak to me. But I'm not like that usually.
And you start telling people, these days I don't fight.
Yeah.
I just sit down and think about it.
But I feel like, of course, it can be 5 minutes later. That I'm joking. But I feel like we are allowed
to outgrow.
Only fools don't change anyway. Fools don't change their mind. I mean, because we're learning every day. Like the facts that I had yesterday are not the facts I have today. So if I believed in Forex yesterday and today I have new facts.
Did you have to
grab the Forex before in this conversation? By the way, if you're a Forex trader and you're interested in talking about Forex, we have an opening for you.
We want to learn your ways. We really want to learn your ways.
Please come on the podcast.
please.
No, but honestly, I feel like we're allowed to change it, and it's just part of life. And anyone who is not changing, then that's where the problem is.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Because there's no one person who is so statically perfect. We're still working on ourselves. We're growing.
You're allowed to evolve.
Yeah.
You're allowed to grow. You're allowed to set all these boundaries.
Thank you. So don't come into our comment sections. Uko kwa Instagram unaona nimepost kitu mzuri. Alafu wewe unaamka unaanza kusema but in class 5. Class 5 what? You know, when she was 20 what? 21. Can you look at the new me? Can you look at the new me and appreciate her? I thought so.
Well, all I can say is as someone who
just look
as a pretty petty member association, we are growing.
Yeah.
Growth is not linear. We change every day. Some days, as in our growth process, we can get to a point where we need to be petty.
Yeah.
And we will be petty when the pettiness is called upon.
Yeah, and we forget. But they do know sometimes someone can strip you down to the old version of me that I thought I left behind, that I thought I killed. And I'm like, I still have her
story. So I have these things. I rarely get angry. Yeah. I think I've said this on the podcast.
For sure.
I rarely, but when I get angry, I think I become a mad woman, and I think I can fight everyone. You know that? So recently I went on a trip, and I remember my husband.
You want to punch everyone. You want to go. Come, I can deal with you.
Before I left, my husband just held my hand and told me, "Babe, please promise me you won't get angry." I was like, okay,
where's that
from? He's like, just promise me if anyone like evokes you, what's the word? Provokes you or anything, just take 2 steps back.
Talk with your inner voice.
Talk with it. I was like, babe, where is this coming? Because he knew I was going somewhere to people I don't like.
Yeah.
So he knows my reaction to those people and how
You're about to fold your sleeves.
Because I've done that before. Hey, guys, I was 7 months pregnant fighting outside Kisii law courts.
Do they have video? Do they have it on tape?
Nashuku, the CCTV.
Crickets.
So guys,
if you have the clip.
I'm that share with us. So where was I going with this? The pettiness is allowed.
Yeah.
So for me, before I hate getting to the point of
don't
I
take
can
me
show
there.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, you want us to go there? Imagine I will buy you a ticket there and back.
Yeah.
Don't get us there. Don't get us there.
Chini kwa chini.
So I feel like being petty is necessary.
Sometimes.
Actually, we are being toxic. No, we are being toxic on this episode. We are really being toxic.
No, let me tell you. I feel like people do take it that when you're healed or when they see that you've changed, it's like when somebody sees you're saved, for example, especially on the internet, they now start trying to spite you or to bring things up to bring the old you back. And so it's like they want to drag things out of the closet.
Dead.
And I'm like, can't I move on?
Exactly.
Can't I grow up? It's like these celebs, I see them like, you've been flaunting this really nice person to us. Then now they break up. And then now it's been a whole year and a half.
Even 10.
And them whole fans are still there.
Imagine.
You used to look so good with... Shut up.
Imagine, no, I don't even know who that person is.
Shut up. Like, this person is married with kids. Why are you still dragging the high school crush into it? Like, I usually feel like after some given time, as much as they shared the relationship with us on the internet, manze now, just cut it. Achana nayo. Wewe ikuwa relationship yako. Hata sijui mbona umeinsist sana. Let it go. Like, honestly, I feel like we sometimes drag things longer than they should be dragged, of course. And I'm not saying that being petty is how you should live life. We are saying that you're healed. At this point, something bad happened.
It's called balance, baby.
Yeah. Let's go
to balance.
Life haita bamba.
Because Lazima, you have to know that I can fight.
For sure.
And try me.
For sure. But I also feel like we tend to just trigger people for the sake of it. Because we know they're healed. I'm testing to see, by the way, is this girl really changed?
God.
You see, and that's what makes now bringing out the petty. Is like when, for example, something happens. Yes, I'm this good girl now, and I no longer go to those extents, or maybe I don't drink anymore, maybe I don't do certain things anymore. But best believe, you come at me vibaya. You come at me vibaya. We deal with you because nini.
Kwanza hiyo ni nini? Like,
you know, sometimes you ask yourself,
nimenyamaza.
What exactly about me
makes you think you can
made you think you can push me around or step on me or so you have to draw the boundaries, and sometimes drawing the boundaries is what people think is you being petty.
Yes. And imagine it's okay. I'm stepping into this space where I'm finding comfort in just being me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what you think. Now, by tomorrow, you'll be talking about someone else. You'd have moved on. And that is the biggest. I feel like I wish
you learned that early.
I learned that early. I'm still learning it because on some days I slip up and I do, like I said 2 months ago, I did something stupid. Or still my husband holds my hands to tell me not to get angry because he knows.
Yeah. Change is not a one day.
Change is not a one-day thing. But if there's one lesson I wish all women knew is just choose you and run with it. Choose yourself, choose your comfort, choose your mental state, choose your, like, just, you see that thing you want for yourself, that woman, when you look, you think, oh, this is the woman I want to be. That woman, choose her every day. And if it means being petty,
be petty. And that applies to being afraid of being seen trying as well. I think we also avoid trying new things and being in new spaces because we're afraid of what people are gonna think, what people that we know are gonna think about us. And it torments you.
I literally recently I learned about the spotlight effect. I read about it somewhere. We think everyone is looking at us.
Yeah.
We think there's this nini I like on Netflix. It's called Umojolo.
Yeah.
Have you watched it? It's a series of like 4 movies that show perspective from different actors. It's the same it's the same story, but like, whoever came out with that, it's just beautiful.
Guys, we're watching that.
It's very PR though. Let me just put it out there. Yeah. Usianza kuwatch na mama.
Yeah.
It needs you. Yes. So, spotlight effect. You think you're important. You think everyone is looking at you. You think, imagine no one cares.
And no one sees.
No one cares. The same way right now, do you care about the person who's next door? Do you care about...
Because I'm already caring about the things that are happening to me. I think everyone has so much that they're thinking about. They're not thinking about you.
Yes.
But we always feel like they're thinking about us.
Yeah.
It's like that one thing when maybe, for example, you go to the salon and you don't like how your hair is done.
Yeah.
So you walk and you think everybody in the streets can see you. And when you hear someone laughing, you think they're laughing at you. Everything becomes about you. Until the point that you actually realize, but then nobody even realizes that hairdo.
No one even cares.
After when you remove it, no one even noticed.
You had that? No one even cares.
They're like, when was that? Precisely.
Yeah.
So spotlight effect is to...
Yeah, is to stop. Just do whatever you want to do. Be you any day, anytime.
The authenticity of it is very important. That we stay true to ourselves.
But create really good boundaries.
Yes, and create good boundaries. So that you don't always have to think about... Your decisions are not the markup of, okay, what will Anita say?
Yeah.
Okay, what will my sister think?
Imagine they don't care.
Na nilishawambia, akili ni yake, atafikiria anyway.
Anyway.
You know how
you can't control
this is my mouth and I will talk because it is mine. It is the same way. It is your brain and it is your thoughts and you will think them. No matter what I do, they are your thoughts. I cannot control them.
It is what it is.
For sure. For
sure. So yeah.
Tunakafunga. Just like that.
Na
mtu asiseme tuliambiwa wakwe petty. Tumwambie
be petty in Jesus. Be healed in Jesus.
Amen.
Go to your Father in prayer.
Yeah.
And tell them to him and he will make everything straight for you. But guys, when someone shows you who they are the first time,
believe them.
Kwanza hiyo ingekuwa tip of the week. Mkiona tena hapo msiamwasio.
Yes.
Believe them because
and don't let someone teach you the same lesson twice.
Although for some of us it takes almost 4-5 times.
Yes. But it's important. Like, of course, now the first time you were learning at 5 times, now we are at 4. And then now reduce. Mpaka ikue, you are now at a point where you don't learn the same lesson twice.
Yeah.
In fact, from different people. Once bitten, twice shy was a myth to you.
It was.
Innit?
It was. Okay, guys. Yeah, that's a wrap from us today from the Pretty Petty Association.
Yeah.
Yes, PPA. Kile ujinga tunakuanga nayo hapa aki. Wow, my lord.
Please feel free to join. We'll
share the link later. And thank you so much. Thank you for watching us.
Yeah.
For keeping up with our shenanigans.
Always.
Anytime. And we love you. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe,
share. Have you watched till this point? Thank you. Now share with your friend. Like, subscribe,
comment.
Leave a comment. Tell us what's one petty thing that you still do, regardless of you being healed. We'll wait.
yeah,
Okay.
I don't even know what I'm doing at this point.
We love you guys. Bye.
Okay.